Good morning, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for TGS 2020, the TIE Global Summit 2020. So many interesting things happening all under the same roof. Lovely to have you with us. We now get back into the art of storytelling. I think our next speaker will tell us a whole lot more about it. We're back to the open mic forum where companies take us through their journeys. And for the same, I'd like to invite Divya Vasist. Divya Vasist is from Funkar Personality Institute. They are in the business of making people become a personal brand and grow their business without spending on marketing ads by teaching them these scientific courses. What are these scientific courses? I'll let her take you through this. Divya Vasist, over to you. The platform is waiting for you. Thank you.
Hi. Well, I call myself an ordinary storyteller who happens to do some extraordinary things in life. So, I'm a co founder at Funkar Personality Institute, a storyteller, a coach, a trainer, and someone who loves to create content. So, right now, we are running some flagship courses that I have self designed. Number one is LinkedIn Storytelling Gamification Program, Communication and Image Consulting Program, and finally, Advanced Storytelling Program for Sales and Effective Communication. So, you might be asking me, there are so many platforms, there are so many people who are running their online school. So, how Funkar is different? So, we have realized something. When people they end up doing a course, they don't actually implement it. If they really want to become a personal brand, want to get so many clients without spending a lot of marketing ads, and definitely they want to connect with their audience emotionally, so we actually become their accountability coach after the course gets end in 10 days, and for next 21 days we give them the accountability support where we actually remind them every single day about their goals for next 21 days. And apart from that, we help them create a beautiful story about their brand that actually helps them in their company branding, where they can put it anywhere in the platforms across the world. Also, we help them with gamification. So this entire course is divided into a gamification program where every single day they learn and they perform and they get so many rewards, so that they learn while they're they actually earn, they actually create difference while they're learning the course. So, that's all about Funkar Personality Institute. And, this is a coincidence that tomorrow my live webinar is coming on YouTube, Facebook, and Zoom about LinkedIn Storytelling Gamification Program which is hosted by Taxology, which is a leading platform. So if you guys wish to attend this live webinar, which is for 1 hour from 4 to 5 p.m. India time, you guys are welcome to attend that. And I keep doing storytelling on LinkedIn. I have almost 11,900 followers there. So if you love watching some great content, you can definitely follow me on LinkedIn. So that's it for now.
Thank you, Divya. That was a nice plug. And 2020 has been the year of self reflection and people building up new habits. The 21 days that you mentioned about, I'm sure this has been a very, very interesting year for you. Thank you so much for being on this platform and sharing your journey. We wish you the very best and keep going for more. And we look forward to your live session as well tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, we get back to our open mic forum with our next speaker, who's all willing and raring to take the platform for us. I'd like to tell you a little bit about him. B Plan Experts. That's the company. B Plan Experts is a dedicated startup consulting and business planning firm with over 1,800 clients across 80 countries. Let's hear more from Arnab Ray, B Plan Experts. Arnab, over to you.
Sorry, Shriram.
Oh, we don't seem to have Arnab. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again, and so are all the bubbling startups who are with us as well here on the Open Mic Forum. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the tech director from a cyber security company that's based out of India, have their offices in the UK. He's here to take us through what they do and their journey. Champ Kadaba from the company Trant Lab. Over to you, Champ.
Brilliant. Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you around the world.
I'd like to start off by thanking Thai Global and Mr. Sridhar Reddy of Control S to give us this brilliant opportunity to engage with all of you to showcase our services and talk a bit about ourselves. My name is Champ Kadaba, and I'm one of the directors of a cybersecurity startup called Trant Lab Cybersecurity Services, based out of Hyderabad in India and United Kingdom in Bristol. We are basically a team of cybersecurity professionals with significant subject matter expertise in this area, and we specialize in providing bespoke cybersecurity consultancy services. Through our corporate experience and years of working for many people, what we realized is there is there is more room of how these corporate contracts for security could deliver better value, and we were passionate about this, so that is why we thought, let's set up our own venture, and we've called it Trant Lab. So why did we do this? It's out there. Basically, we think we can do things better. We all know that internet is becoming unimaginably powerful. It's extremely valuable in all walks of life, but this comes with a dark flip side, and this flip side is in the form of malicious security attacks, which are non-stop 24/7, constantly bombarding your precious babies, whatever you make on the internet. So this is where we thought, we need to go in, add value, and we've seen that many organizations are suffering from this, but they don't know what to do, then, or they're not doing enough. And why is it that they're not doing enough? From our understanding of with all our experiences, we figured out that there are two basic reasons. One is a real lack of understanding about the level and types of threats that are around, and also simply because they don't have enough resources. So we said, right, let's get in there, let's do something about this, because we're passionate about it. We want to play the good guys, keep the hackers away, keep the bad guys away. That's our motive behind this, of course, and also to provide employment to people who are interested in this space. Web application breaches alone account for nearly 43% of all the breaches, and they keep doubling year by year. So we thought, okay, let's do something about this. And then we said, let's meet people. Here it says my internet connection is unstable, but I'm hoping all of you are still connected to me, and I'll keep chipping away at what I wanted to say. So how are we different? Our methodologies combine all the industry standards like OWASP, SANS, NIST, etc. These are the technology stuff. But what makes us different is we do all of this while still keeping, the client's needs, budgets, and visions in focus. We want to make sure we provide a tailored services to whoever is interested in it. There is no big or small, or this is not a money-making plan initially, because we are passionate about this. We want to make sure the internet is a safe place, and it's not a case of the devil that you just cannot avoid. So that's why we go in there, talk to clients, help them with what they need, see what they can afford, what they cannot. We're tool agnostic, we customize things. We're willing to go the extra mile, and we're passionate about our clients' successes, not just ours. Because being a startup, we know how difficult it is to grow. So if our clients grow safely on the internet, we also grow with them. In 2020 alone, we have collectively reported about 1,500 significant vulnerabilities to organizations, and quite a lot of people are thankful about it. I'll sort of wrap up by saying, that our key services are, static code analysis, dynamic application security testing, network testing, mobile app security testing, and penetration testing. We're not limited to this, and we'd like all of you to try and, engage with us. We welcome your queries and business interests, however big or small. We are available at services@trantlab.com. You can find us on the web at www.trantlab.com. So look forward to engaging with quite a few of you. I will be available in the networking area on one of the tables with my initials CK. Hopefully I'll talk to some of you. That's it. I think that's my 3 minutes done. So
Thank you. Thanks, Jam, for that lovely presentation. You can make sure to leave your profile in the open mic desk so everyone can connect with you. I'm sure plenty of folks would like to network, would have plenty of questions as well. Just request all the speakers to leave your profile in the open mic desk so everyone can connect with you. Thank you so very much. We now move on to our next speaker, who's going to be taking us through his company, SafeXPay. What is SafeXPay? Let's hear it from Ravi Gupta himself. Over to you, Ravi.
Thanks, Shriram. Ravi here. So, hi everyone. Myself Ravi Gupta. I'm the founder of SafeXPay. We are a B2B fintech company, right? So, we are a fintech company which is links with the payments and a banking platform. So, what we do, we basically white label these platforms as a service, and we deploy in various parts of the world, right? So, we have created different product offerings, likes of payment gateway. Then we have another platform of payment aggregation, neo banking, payout platform, and a B2B mobile application, which we white label it, and we deploy to basically we give it to the enterprise clients, we give it to the banks, we give it to the uh, uh, corporates, we give it to different countries also, right? We are around 3.5 years old organization based out in India, uh, India as well as UAE, right? In last 3 years, we chosen this area to basically because over a period of 3 years, we in India we saw a demonetization, and now we have seen a COVID. So there the payment seems to be a growing segment, and there most of the people wants to do online transactions or a contactless payments, right? So they want to have some kind of a ready-made payments platform for which we offer as a company, right? So instead of going and just building up the platform, which requires lots of compliance related things, lots of PCI things, plus you have to connect with the banks. Instead of going with the challenge of launching a platform over a period of 2 years, you can come with us and launch your platform within a time frame of 2 hours to a time frame of 7 days. So that is the kind of capabilities we have created as a part of platform. So what we differentiate ourselves to whatever the companies which are there. So all these companies which are there are like our competitors in terms of, so there's no competition in terms of white label platform because we offer the faster onboarding thing. That is one. Second is we don't go and caters to the merchant level, right? We goes and acquires the B2B corporates and the banks and the companies which wants to do something in the fintech, and they're looking for ready-made solutions. That's how our revenue model looks like, right? So we have a different component which we charge and which includes likes of your setup fees, your transaction charges, and so we have different models of likes your white label, private label, and reseller white label kind of offering, right? In last 3.5 years, we have grown tremendous without any much of supports from the funding side, right? So we have grown almost like 25% on month basis, right? Currently, we're a profitable company. Recently, we are also associated with TAI Hyderabad as one of the payments companies where we're going to offer more this platform as a service to TAI Hyderabad as to their startup ecosystem, where they can connect with us and they can launch their own payments day-to-day needs in terms of collection, in terms of payouts, right? Currently, we have a team size of around 90 people working with us into different parts of India, right? So of like so Mumbai, Bangalore, and Delhi, as well as in UAE. All right. So the reason for choosing the open mic session is basically to have a networking and just to sound off about our company, right? The SafeXPay, which is open to have a networking with any of the companies, and we have the need of the art kind of a platform which can be linked with any of the corporates. Thanks a lot from my side.
Thank you, Ravi, for that really interesting session. And like you said, feel free to leave your profile in the open mic desk and scroll around the platform as well. Plenty of interesting folks all under the same roof. This is the Global Summit that's happening on the virtual platform for the very first time. Thank you for that really engaging presentation and for all those insights. Now we move on from one Ravi to another Ravi. We have Y Ravi taking us through his interesting company called Chotu. What is Chotu all about? To give you a quick little insight, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you that Chotu is a group buying platform which connects local brands with gated communities. Let's hear more from Y Ravi. Over to you, Ravi.
Thank you, Sriram. I hope you can hear me.
Just a little faint because you're far away from the microphone.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can, but it's not that loud.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Hi, my name is Ravi. I represent a company called Chotu, which is a group buying platform for gated communities. Gated communities are very large communities of apartment dwellings. They are having 80 apartments per acre and very dense demand. And there are an estimated 3 million families live in these apartments in the top 8 metros. And each of the dwelling unit member actually spends almost 5k USD an annum on essential goods and services. 3 million into 5k. You do the math, it is basically a $15 billion vortex in just 150 square kilometers. Because they're very dense demand, despite the dense demand and very simple logistics, these communities do not get any advantage of price or quality from the market. The supply chain is still the same whether you stay in a community or elsewhere. So when Corona has forced them to buy together, the communities have actually miserably failed because there is no concept of group buying at all in India. Chotu wants to build a group buying platform for these gated communities or GCs as we speak. We connect the local brands, the D2C brands, micro entrepreneurs like home chefs, home bakers directly with the GCs. The solution is this: every community will have its own dedicated shopping portal. Imagine you live in a large community of 1,000 apartments and you have your own dedicated portal where you can actually get everything you consume at home, like car service, beauty service, groceries, fruits, vegetables, snacks, meat, bakery. Everything you have will be available on that single platform. So that is a completely a GC centered e-commerce platform we're trying to do. We are live in 11 communities in Hyderabad, and as a team, I'm an ex-marketing at Airtel, and I have earlier built TickTick, India's first telecom comparison platform, and I hold a BTech from IIT Delhi and an MBA from IIM Bangalore. We are raising a seed fund of 500k on the safe mode. We got a commitment of almost 200k and looking for another 300k from investors in that time. Thank you so much. Look forward to partnering with you.
Thank you so much, Ravi, for that interesting presentation. Very valuable insights. Thank you once again. I request you to kindly share your profile in the open mic desk so everyone can connect with you. Thank you once again for spending your time with us and gracing this lovely platform. We now move on to our next speaker who is about to take the platform and to tell you a little bit about N. Rahul and his company, Lighting Lanterns Media Works Private Limited. Well, let's just put it this way: his company, they say, can help develop lots of team building activities, communication skills, developing empathy, creative skills, mentorship, observational learning, and can improve your mental wellness, thus by improving retention level by secret sources. And what are these secret sources? Let's actually hear it from Rahul. Over to you, Rahul.
Thank you so much. I'm spotlighted. Hey folks, I'm Rahul, founder of Lighting Land Media Works Private Limited and Silvering Foundation. Imagine if a generation of young people cannot help build themselves retention level and empathy skills. What a disaster it will be in near future. About 62% of learners, students, engaged entrepreneurs have a problem of decision making and choice making. Our education system falls short of observational learning, and quality education always tends to pay more. Only 20% of students are skilled enough as per World Economic Forum skill requirement, and again they fall short of emotional skills, people management, empathy skills, creativity, and sadly, mental wellness is less taken care of. Teachers, parents, with their not to blame them with their regular workload, hardly they can focus on their wards or kids. And the fear of social outcasts, the fear to perform pegs back individuals to open and develop their soft skills. And so is Silvering Mending Labs for you. We have all sort of problem solving attitude. We develop team building, communication skills, develop empathy, focus mentorship, business building, observational learning through the secret sources of design thinking, neuro-linguistic programming, and my own Lotai principle. Lotai principle is the first ever design thinking course for kids. And we do conduct Olympiads and weekly challenges, which exponentially helps in developing out-of-box thinking. 4 months since we have started, 80 students were working on various programs and more people joining in. As opposed, 2 learners are certified in design thinking stage 4 and many more to come and follow because we follow a very tough assessment process. And we are the knowledge partners of Nodes, the first extended design thinking company of India, training provider of Skill India, and of course, the gifts and credits which I offer for the winners of Olympiads and challenges comes handy as an aggregator for small scale business to promote their business, which includes fresh vegetables, even fresh vegetables, raw fruits, t-shirts, cash prizes, whatever it is, what not to say. I'm not technically competent. Maybe my dream is to build artificial intelligence, virtual reality, augmented reality into the platform down the line, maybe a couple of years. I look forward for sustainable collaborations, teams, tie-ups for posting more challenges, expanding and growing together. I'm an alumni of Anna University and I was selected in Draper University of Heroes. I'll be having my program from next coming Jan 2021. Also, I was been shortlisted for Startup Turkey and Startup Istanbul for deep mentoring program. Thank you, Thai Global, for this phenomenal opportunity. I look forward for networking, team building, and of course, whatnot.
Thank you, Rahul. And here's wishing you the very best for the upcoming new year of 2021. Thank you for that really lovely presentation. We now move on to our next speaker who's going to be taking us through his company and the journey of it all. We have Baruch Goeta, who's joining us all the way from Israel to talk to us about his company, RoadSense. What exactly is RoadSense? It's to do with data mining from public domains to enhance the development of smart cities and smart highways. Let's hear it from himself. Baruch Goeta, over to you. The platform is yours.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me here tonight. You are correct. RoadSense is all about getting data or data mining from streets and highways in order to understand how cities work. We know today that in cities all around the world, there is not enough knowledge of how people are behaving, the flow of people, all the bottlenecks that are in the city through our everyday life. What is happening on the highways? We got more and more sophisticated cars, but fatalities keep rising, and there is a reason. The reason is that we don't know them enough, and that's why we at RoadSense aim to give unique and exclusively data from public domains, from shopping malls, from streets, from roads, in order to understand how things are working. Now we are doing it in a very unique way. We are using radar-based devices, which means that we can't see faces. We don't use any optical sensing. All we do is track everybody's objects. Now by collecting objects, we know we don't know who you are, we don't know where you're going to, but we can understand your patterns. If you're about to jump into the road and maybe we need to alert the traffic around you and so on. By making highways smart, by the way, we are in 2020 and there are no smart highways, and the reason is because it's very expensive to do it. So in our way, we are doing it very affordable by making smart IoT devices that are sitting on the road and creating their own energy. You don't have to break the asphalt in order to implement them. You just put them at night, and in the morning you've got a smart road or a smart street, and we can again understand the road, alert on any incident happening on the road. And I mean, alert is in real time. Everything happens in real time. You get a very convenient dashboard where you can see and understand what is happening exactly in your city and how to improve it. And this is the point that I want to emphasize. We can improve everything in our cities and on the roads just by understanding them. Once we will be able to understand, and this is what we are working on, to give you the data the stakeholders or to any given person that needs to do something with the city, the planners, the engineers, the civil engineers. We can make you understand and make the city better and prepare it for the next years to come. Thank you very much for this stage, and have a great evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us all the way from Israel and presenting to us what road sense is all about. Um, we have quite the road sense here in our country, and it would be quite interesting to continue the conversation. But keeping the paucity of time, Baruch, thank you once again for that lovely presentation. We now move on to our next startup that's going to be taking center stage. We have B-Plan Experts. To tell you a little bit about B-Plan Experts, it's a dedicated startup consulting and business planning firm with over 1,800 clients, over 80 countries. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Arnab Ray. Arnab, over to you.
Thanks a lot. It's a pleasure being here. So we have been in the startup ecosystem for the last 13, 14 years under the company Audi Innovative Services. B-Plan is one of our ventures. We are a dedicated business planning firm. We have helped about 1,800 startups across 80 countries, and through a business planning, investor deck, startup consulting, so the whole 9 yards really. Apart from that, on a personal note, I'm also a mentor with Founders Institute of Silicon Valley, Wadhwani Foundation, and Startup India Government of India program. So I love interacting with entrepreneurs really. I would also like to get attention into a couple of other ventures that we have under the portfolio of our services as well. We realize that when we are pitching to investors on behalf of our clients, the presentation looks really boring with bullet points and templates, and we want to do something about it. We searched the market, we couldn't find a graphics design house which understood business, nuances of the business, and could give a really creative output. So we launched Presentation GFX about 8 years back, and today we have around 1,600 clients in the likes of Google, Microsoft, Oracle, Cigna, Pfizer, Disney, DHL, and a lot of global brands really. We also helped Samsung to launch their Tizen operating system globally through our presentation design services. Presentation GFX has currently about 1,600 clients across 80 countries as well. And the last venture that I'm going to talk about, out of the 10 ventures that we have on the portfolio, is Crazy About Startups. They are primarily, it is a networking platform, a knowledge network platform, AI-driven startup network platform with about 360,000 visitors. Registered startups is about 7,500, and about app downloads about 100K. So yeah, so it's called crazyboutstartups.com. So these are the 3 ventures we wanted to talk about, and I'm not looking for any funding. We are not looking for any kind of, obviously a lot of support and recognition would be nice, but we would love to work with Tai to showcase our talent, and probably in any case our skill set can be used to develop the startup ecosystem around India really.
Thank you, Arnab. Very crisp and very to the point. I request all the speakers, Arnab as well, to leave your profile in the open mic desk so everyone can connect and the networking shall continue. Thank you once again, Arnab.
Thanks.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our next story on the open mic platform to tell us all about her Made in India company. We've been hearing so much about Atmanirbhar Bharat. Swadeshi Khareed is a multi-vendor e-commerce platform which is only for made in India items, from ration to fashion. Everything you get here is completely made in India with over 50 plus categories for you to choose from. Let's hear it more from Kavita Singh. Swadeshi Khareed, over to you. Kavita, you're on mute. If you can unmute yourself. And
yes. I'm doing. Right. So, namaste everyone. This is Kavita. I'm a founder of Swadeshi Khareed. Welcome to My Desh via Swadeshi Khareed. Swadeshi Khareed is a multi-vendor platform which is for made in India items, as our presenter said. So I would like to take you to the presentation what we have made for Swadeshi Khareed. I'm sorry, I guess.
Ma'am, it's better if you don't share the screen.
I'm sharing. I'm sharing. Right. So I was telling, welcome to my desk via Swadeshi Kharid. Kharid is a multi-vendor e-commerce platform which is for made in India items. We have a 50 plus category for buyers and 50 plus category for buyers. And like, you know, we have a delivery from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. Everywhere we can deliver. We have a good delivery shipping facility with us. And our new category which we are going to introduce is in January is welcome to my desh. In this category we have a 27 state which if you click one state you will get entire product of that state in that category. So this is a very unique category we are having with in Swadeshi Kharid. And as per my knowledge, I'm sure this is the category which any other e-commerce platform is not having. Because when I was searching a platform from where I can get only made in India item and something like that, suppose if I get something from Rajasthan, I have to, like, you know, find a lot of things, like, you know, I have to search a lot. But in Swadeshi Kharid, if you in the one click you will get entire Rajasthan in one column, like, you know. So this is the very unique thing we are having. We have launched Swadeshi Kharid on 15th August 2020, which, like, in the day one itself 3,000 plus visitor has visited our place, our website. And first day itself, like, you know, we got somewhere 30 plus order, which was like we were not known to anybody, like one or two you can say we were known to us. So that is what welcome we got from people. So after in 3 month research, this is the first presentation I'm giving in front of the funders, like, or people, because we have not approached till now anybody to fund our Swadeshi Kharid. So when in 3 months, what I came to know through the people, like, you know, people are really attached with the Swadeshi items, and, like, you know, sellers are supporting a lot. We have in 3 months we have a 194 plus seller registered in Swadeshi Kharid, and 9,000 plus product has been listed in Swadeshi Kharid, like, you know. And till 15 August to till now, there was not a single day where we have not received any order. So either 1 or 2 or 30 to 40, that kind of ratio order we were getting, like, you know. So as per our like work and the product what we are supplying to the people, we really got a good review also. So this is what we are doing in Swadeshi Kharid. And that's it. My presentation is not working, so this is what I can speak speak about. And fact and figure, if more I talk about, we are looking for a fund because we have a lot of city representative and a lot of sellers are there who are in village, and they are not aware about computer operation things and online things. So our purpose is like our Swadeshi Kharid is a platform for that villagers who want to come online, because India has a vast thing, like, you know, if you talk about the Ayurveda, if you talk about the products, in interior you will get lot of products, but they cannot come online. So our people, our Swadeshi Kharid platform is like for them. So we want them to come online. So we are trying to reach them, but of course everything need a fund. So now we are pitching so that we can speed up our Swadeshi Khareed. So this is all about me and Swadeshi Khareed. Swadeshi Khareed .in is our website. You can visit, and we have made a user-friendly website. People are liking. So till now we have not got much complaint. So that's all about me. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Kavita. I'm sure this year has been exciting. And here's wishing you all the best. This is open mic, so we encourage more and more people to speak without their presentations, and it's just you talking about your company and the journey. So thank you for those lovely insights and sharing the story of Swadeshi Khareed with us. We now move on to our next startup. Ladies and gentlemen, on the open mic forum, we have with us Ravi Tej. And to tell you a little bit about Ravi Tej's company is Pro Health. Ravi Teja Rudra Raju Pro Health helps doctors to practice evidence-based personalized medicine. Let's find out more. Let me hand it over to Ravi Teja Rudra Raju. Over to you, Ravi.
Hi everyone, thanks for introducing me. This is Ravi Teja Rudraraj. I'm an orthopedic surgeon by profession. I've completed my fellowships in the United States and recently returned back to Hyderabad. I'm a joint replacement and sports medicine surgeon. I'm incubating right now with Tez. Mentor is Miss Nanjita. So basically, our startup is trying to connect doctors to patients, majorly focusing in the specialty of orthopedics to start with. So basically, as you know, that orthopedic as a specialty, we deal with a lot of chronic diseases like osteoarthritis, low backache, hip osteoarthritis, then fractures, which requires a long-term follow-up of the patients. And we see in the regular practice that most of these patients are not happy because doctor doesn't have enough time to evaluate them. And they try to explain to doctor that they have some issues, but doctor doesn't have enough time to see what exactly the problem was. And evidence says in research that nearly 80% of the patients are satisfied, but still 20% of patients are not satisfied with the outcomes after the surgery or treatment, particularly in terms of knee replacement or hip replacement surgeries. Recent trends show that the orthopedics as specialty has $22.8 billion market, which will be reaching 2022. And particularly in joints, it's going to reach $26 billion by 2027. So looking at this market trend, I see there's a big opportunity in terms of investing our resources by looking at the patient's follow-up and also increasing the doctor-patient engagement and also looking at the outcomes based on evaluations. And why it is the right time to do, because in the era of digital health and India is undergoing a major transformation, I think we have the enough resources to build our own technology platforms to utilize these new mobile applications or web-based platforms to get these evaluations from the patients right from their home. And the unique selling point with our startup is that we use PROMs, which are called as patient-reported outcome measures, which is very unique for our startup, and which is a scientific-based questionnaire that have been validated in several studies and has been published in major index journals around the world, such as JBJS, that is Journal of Bone and Joint Surgery, and clinical orthopedic related research. And they have found that this is a missing link between the doctors and the patients. These evaluations that come from the patients give the accurate outcome of how the surgery went on or how the patient is doing after the treatment. So this will help us in tailoring the treatment and to help us improve the outcomes after the treatment. So it also helps us to increase that patient engagement and also know which patients require the most attention after the surgery and at what particular time. So many of the local studies that has shown, in particularly in India, that too in the southern India, that we have certain kind of genes or the genetic backgrounds that may make us prone to the osteoarthritis of knee. Because our Indians ecosystem doesn't support much of research, we really don't know why it happens. With this kind of evaluation and the outcome measures that we can administer to patients, we can also use this data to see why our particular patients, Indian subset of patients, are likely to prone for this kind of disease, and what are the best interventions that we can do after the surgery or before the treatment. It helps us to stratify the patients before surgery and after surgery, and make sure that we will make them understand that these are the risk factors which they have, and they should have this much of expectation after the surgery, and what are the things that they have to do before surgery in order to get the best results after the intervention. So we are trying to create a mobile application wherein the patient can answer the questionnaire in a very short format, and the doctor will be able to know in a gist or a smart summary that this patient is not doing well or doing well, or this patient needs an appointment or the follow-up, and what needs to be done, whether he has to be sent to the physiotherapist, or whether he needs to get a counseling, or he has to undergo some medication. So these are the kind of interventions that we can plan, reducing the burden to the surgeon. As a third-party person, you can suggest surgeon that these are the things which the patient is lagging behind. And the doctor in his busy practice can just, in a brisk of a minute, he can understand where he can intervene with the patients. And also it helps us, we try to help them with the follow-ups and also arrange teleconsultations at right appropriate times. If say for patients, some patients, I do see patients coming from Jammu, Kashmir, Kolkata to just get operated with me. So these kind of patients cannot travel long distances. So we can arrange a teleconsultation. And we can also give valuable insights to them, seeing that these number of patients have done well, these are not done well. So these are the things we are trying to do. We can give performance metrics, we can do machine learning and predict patterns of these patients. So this is a yearly subscription model that we are trying to come up with. And we are looking for technology partners and co-founders to make our startup successful. Thanks, Ty, for giving me this great opportunity. It's a wonderful platform.
Thank you, Ravi Teja. Request you to leave your profile in the open mic desk so folks can connect with you. Thank you once again for presenting today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our next startup, and to tell you a little bit about our next startup, Flytant is a platform that enables creators to monetize their content by paying them directly and connecting them with brand. Let's hear more from Vivek Rai, Flytant. Vivek, you're on mute. I request you to unmute yourself, please. Thanks.
Yeah. Hi, thanks for the intro. I'm Vivek from Flytant. We are a platform that enables creators to monetize their content. And how we are doing it and how we are helping the creators to monetize their social media content. So I will explain it in a very brief in this short period. So firstly, what is the problem that creators are facing? Some of the problems that creators currently have is that there's no stable method to monetize their social media content. Creators, especially the micro influencers, face huge problem in getting sponsorship from the brands. Micro influencers find it really hard to stand among the crowd. Creators sometimes miss the brand's messages because of the spam in their inbox. And at times, unrelatable content may lead to disengagement of followers. So these are the problems that content creators are facing on social media. And how we are trying to curb it is that we have a platform where creators can find brands and monetize their content. So the advantages of working on our platform is that they can directly monetize it. They get a passive income sort of stream from our platform. On our platform, brands get to know the social score, how much they are worth it. Brands can connect directly with the brands, and we get only real messages from the brands. So these are some of the advantages that brands get while working on our platform. In terms of market validation, social media is a huge platform, which is more than 3.8 billion people are currently on social media. And as far as our market size is concerned, we are currently targeting users or influencers who are falling between 1K to 10K, either on Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube. So as far as the data is concerned, more than 840 million creators are currently having between 1K to 10K followers. So as far as our product is concerned, currently we have a user base of more than 20,000 users and over 4,000 active users on our platform. So our product is really simple. You register on our platform, you get a social score based on the accounts you have linked, and you can connect with the brands, apply for them. And if the brands choose you for the sponsorship, you will get paid. So that's as simple as it is. In terms of our business model, we take 5% commission on each of the deal that is happening between the brands and the influencers. Coming to the competition, how we are different, there are some platforms who are doing it. For example, Hipsy is there, Bribe is there, Influencer.in, Grind now. But our advantage is that we are having a social score to rank the creators. There is transparency on our platform. There's a search engine for which you can search specifically for the creators of a particular niche. In terms of our team, we have got a very well equipped team where we have got 5 people working in marketing, iOS, Android, and UI UX. And finally, in terms of financing, we are looking for some angels for our startup. We are currently looking to raise $500,000 via convertible equity. So that was all from my side, and it was great to have me on this platform. Thank you, Tai.
Thank you, Vivek. Flight end, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to connect with Vivek as well and make sure you scroll around the platform so you truly soak in this Global Summit 2020 that's happening on the virtual platform. Back to our open mic, we now have our next startup that's going to be taking you through their journey. We have Krishnan Vignesh, Ecstasy Creatives. Ecstasy Creatives is a freelancers based development and marketing agency with 500 plus specialized services, website and software, writing, designing, marketing, and promotions and media production branched out to various subcategories as well. Let's hear it. Ecstasy Creatives, Krishna and Vignesh, over to you.
Hello, Sriram. Thank you so much for that introduction. And I also want to thank Tai for providing me with this opportunity. To start with, this is Krishnan Vignesh, the co-founder and CEO of Ecstasy Creatives. So Ecstasy Creatives is a freelancers-based development and marketing agency specialized in terms of various digital services. We have a significant growth in the industry with the values that we provide for both businesses as well as the freelancers. So talking about our competitors, unlike our competitors like Upwork and Fiverr, where they just allow businesses to connect with freelancers anonymously, we take the responsibility of connecting the right freelancer for your project using the concepts of data science and deep learning. We believe that this strategy will reduce the stress of finding the right candidature for business and the efforts of bidding for freelancers, unlike how the other platforms work. So the mission of Ecstasy Creatives is to empower freelancing in every part of India, which is still considered as a stigma. So we have a few like-minded entrepreneurs with us on this mission. And at this point, I would like to walk you through some of our long-term vision. So our first vision starts with, we want to envision freelancing in rural areas. There are various remote places in India where many graduates and aspirants thrive to find employment. Due to the current scenario of COVID-19 pandemic, people are struggling to find work. With a community holding around 20% of freelancers from the rural India, we have plans for expansion, envisioning around 50% of freelancers from the remote areas by the year 2020. Which brings us to the second mission. We want to empower freelancing for housewives and retired professionals. So we have seen many skilled women across our life in various fields who are not able to continue their profession after their marriage. As a community holding around 15% of freelancers, we want to continue supporting them to work with us after their family, looking after their family. Second one is holding highest experience in any field. Retired professionals could be one best choice for projects that needs professional insights. For professional insights, we want to continue supporting all the retired professionals who wish to continue their regular employment as a freelancer after their regular employment age. So third mission is educating freelancers. We not only want to employ freelancers, but also educate them. We want to provide them with something called as value-based live scenario assessments, where we mentor the freelancers personally with one-to-one sessions. And as a part of their evaluation, we equip them in live scenarios. Like say, if there is a person who is good at communication, but he or she doesn't know how to use this skill, we want to introduce them to business development. And as a part of their final evaluation, we give them a few leads. To whom they will be doing prospecting, and on successful completion, they get a valid certificate, onboarded to our freelance community, and earn for their final assessment. So our last vision is freelance welfare schemes. The basic agenda of this move is to empower freelancing in India, competing with the global brands of employment. We want to stand as a role model for freelancers in India and support them legally, stating some schemes to our constitution supporting these issues faced by the freelancers, and we want to make freelancing as equal to that of regular employment. And apart from this, we also have some other plans like freelancing HubSpots and assigning freelancing goals. So to conclude with this, we want your support on this mission, and we are based in India to support businesses globally. Our motto goes as connecting businesses, caring freelancers, and customizing services. Do visit our website to know more about us, and you can connect with me personally at linkedin.com/in/Krishnan Vignesh Official. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Krishnan, for taking us through your company and for all those details and insights. And here's wishing you all the very best for the year 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been quite a roller coaster of a year. And to be honest with you, I think we just need an excuse to dress up these days. Let's talk about fashion, shall we? Let's actually deep dive in with the founder of the next company who is going to be taking center stage right now. We have Palak Jaju, who is going to be talking about her company Limo. What is Limo all about? They are into creating a personalized fashion platform where users can solve all of their fashion-centric needs at a single place and with least possible effort, starting from deciding what to wear from their wardrobe to shopping assistance, getting highly relevant content and inspiration from influencers and social media. Let's hear more. Handing it over to Palak. Over to you, Palak.
Thanks, Sriram. So, hi everyone. I'm Palak. I'm founder of Limo. We have recently launched our mobile app again called Limo. So basically, Limo is your wardrobe manager and personal stylist, where you can catalog all your clothes, accessories, footwear digitally, tell us your style preferences, and our crowdsourced network of stylists will create new outfits for you from things that you own. And using the concepts of fashion styling, make sure that those outfits look great on you. Women have hard time figuring out what they should wear, that they end up repeating outfits. More than half of their outfits wardrobe goes unused, and they feel conscious in what they are wearing. Through our app, we plan to solve these problems for them. As a byproduct of this, we are also creating a monetization layer for fashion influencers where they can monetize their skills of fashion styling. The personal styling app is a very small step in our huge vision. Our long-term vision is to create a super personalized fashion ecosystem, which keeps the wardrobe and style profile of the user at the core and lets a fashion consumer do all their fashion related tasks like deciding what to wear, deciding what to purchase, getting relevant fashion tips on social media, borrowing from your friend's wardrobe, reselling, etc., etc. Possibilities are huge and everything can be done at the same place with least effort. We really want to iterate fast from here and reach product market fit as early as possible. And we are looking for partners in the form of investors and mentors who believe in our vision. Personalization is the undisputed future of fashion, and we believe that a user's wardrobe data is the base on which it will be built. This is a huge opportunity for India as well to create a big mark in the field of fashion in the world. And yeah, that's about it. My email ID is palak@limo.in, and I really look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you so much, Palak. I request all the speakers to leave your profile in the open mic desk so everyone can connect with you. Thank you for that really engaging session. I now hand it over to our next speaker to take us on the journey of their company. This is Open Mic, the Global Summit 2020. We have Swati joining us, and Swati is going to be taking us through shejobs.com. Swati, over to you. The stage is all yours.
You're on mute.
Yourself, please. Thank you.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, loud and clear. Thanks.
Yeah. Hello, wonderful people. I'm Swati Nelabatla, founder and CEO Live Minds, a product engineering and a digital transformation company, and She Jobs, an exclusive women job portal. You know, right? Like a lot of people advised me, hey, Swati, whenever you talk, start with your story. Then you can start gaining empathy, sympathy, inspiration, motivation, whatever it can be, right? But today, when I get this golden opportunity to talk in front of an awesome forum, I want to talk about women who are around you, your wife, your girlfriend, your friend, or your sister. So let's talk about a couple of facts now. So when we talk about women, we generalize them. Do you agree with that? Yes. So women are not just women, they come in like deep layers around them, right? So one of that women could be someone who quit her career to take care of her elders in family, or a mother of a special needs child who might have quit her career to take care of her child, a domestic harassment survivor, or a single mother, or a person with disabilities, or who might have taken her sabbatical due to pregnancy or whatever the reason can be. So, and let's talk about the second worrying fact. At the current pace of change, it will take 73,465 days until the economic gender gap is closed in the tech industry. Isn't it a frightening number? So we are here to bring down that number significantly. We are She Jobs. We help the industry reimagine the women workforce. So again, reimagine the women workforce. Women are just not women. They have deep layers in them. So now I assume that the problem is in diversity and gender equality are known to everyone here. And even the organizations are trying to achieve their diversity and inclusion metrics. And we know the women in leadership are not even 8%, right? So I trust that several of us empathize with the post-COVID-19 state, right? It's always a woman who quit her career to take care of her children, like with online schooling, learning, and all that. And most of these women, when they try to get back to the work, they don't have proper skills where the tech industry accept them. So you all agree that the reskilling is very important for these women. So we at She Jobs are not only concentrating on an exclusive job board, focusing more on women, but also on the reskilling program. So we want to launch the learning management system, which can teach the women to get back to the work by teaching them basic programming concepts, or even the advanced stuff like cross-skilling and all that, which is required for them to get into that job and to the competition. And I want to take this opportunity to put out a word to the organizations, not only try to reach that diversity ratio within the organizations, but please also give opportunity to these women, have the specific quotas for women with special needs children or single moms or whoever it is, the ones which I mentioned in the beginning of this conversation, right? And due to this COVID, there is another sector, which is public sector jobs, which are high risk of losing the jobs, right? So we founded during the lockdown is rapidly evolving solution, covers all kind of aspects within the women, right? So our solution today has the core features built with the MVP design methodology. And we see traction both on job seekers and employer sites in the last couple of months. Again, this is Swati Nelabatla, having hands-on experience in recruitment space, sales management for R&D solutions. And we are currently initiating dialogue with many organizations and receiving an awesome feedback for their diversity needs. And I wake up every morning saying that the world will be a safer, productive, and joyful place as we cross one milestone at a time, because I believe in small milestones. And next time when you talk, when you're going to meet me, I would have achieved a lot of milestones already. So we are She Jobs. We help the industry reimagine women workforce. So investors can accelerate our social impact, and employers are welcome to be early adopters. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Swati. Thank you for using the platform to spread the right message. At the same time, here's wishing you all the very best for that dash of motivation as well. Shejobs.com, that's Swati there for you, ladies and gentlemen. We now move on to our next startup. Let's find out what Prashant Sharma has to say about his company. I'll quickly hand it over to Prashant. Over to you, Prashant.
Yes, hi, this is Prashant Sharma. I'm second year student at MBBS at Kasturba Medical College, Manipal. We are developing an app for MBBS students and a complete learning app. Like it will have all the pre-recorded lectures for theory lessons, for practicals, for clinical videos, and also for postgraduate entrance exam. Right now in market, there are apps for MBBS students, but these are only for PG entrance exam preparation. But we want to cover whole of the MBBS curriculum. Like let me tell you a story about myself. When I was in my first year, like uh, approx 90% of my batchmates were crying before university exam because there was no any learning platform for them. So we decided to go on with this application idea, and I met the business incubator at my university. So they say yes for that proposal, and now I am looking for funds for my application for marketing and development purposes. So I hope at Thai Summit we will get some investors and also some mentors for our business. That's all.
Thank you so much, Prashant. Keeping it short and crisp there. Really appreciate you keeping the paucity of time and taking us through, giving us a sneak peek about your company. Wishing you all the very best for the new year 2021. May you keep soaring new heights. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our next company on the Open Mic Forum. To tell us more, we have Soumya joining us. Soumya, we're all eager and looking forward to hear about your startup, please.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Soumya, and I'm the co-founder at Dectrocell Healthcare and Research Private Limited. So a very quick brief about our business. So we're a health tech startup, and currently we use artificial intelligence to assist in healthcare diagnostics and to make it more affordable and accessible to the public, to the general public. So the question about why is the opportunity now? So there was a report in WHO in 2019 which states that 5.6 million people in India die because of misdiagnosis, medical negligence, and inaccessibility of the medical infrastructure. And the problem is further aggravated by the lack of doctors, which in India, so we talk about specialist level doctors, is about one doctor per 125,000 people. The problem that we're trying to solve is of chest abnormalities, COVID-19 abnormalities, anything and everything that relates to the lung parenchyma. And we talk about, a specialist chest radiologist, we're looking at a number of one chest radiologist per 125,000 people. And that really blows my mind. So, yeah, so of course the doctors operate in immense pressure and in the healthcare system, and I really think that the current pandemic has been really a sort of an eye-opener, and I feel that technology here needs to step in to low down this doctor-patient ratio. So what basically Dectrocell does is that we interpret chest X-rays. So you have a chest X-ray, a DICOM image, you can upload that in our web interface, and in a turnaround time of about 30 seconds, we're going to screen you for all the abnormalities that your chest could have. Now, for example, we're doing RT-PCR testing for COVID-19. Now that, or antigen testing for COVID-19. Now that is not a binary answer for the damage that your lung parenchyma has, which basically means that the RT-PCR testing or the antigen testing just tells you that you have COVID or you don't have COVID. However, it does not quantify the amount of damage that your lung has. So if we're able to do that, and we can do it in a price point of ₹100 by using technology and make this accessible to, to probably hospitals in PHCs, in district hospitals, I think it's going to be revolutionizing. I think every Indian is important, every life is important, and everyone has the right to access specialist level healthcare. And I think we can solve this problem through artificial intelligence. And why are we the right people to do this? The founder of the company, he's an MS from NUS Medical School. He's also had his research paper published in one of the most reputed journals in medicine, which is Nature. He's also a specialist in AI in medicine from Queensland University, Brisbane. And to get this across to more and more people, we're looking for funds. We're looking for people who can make this accessible to more number of patients and save more lives. Is where I want to end. Thank you.
Thank you, Soumya. Thank you for taking us through the journey of Dectrocell. Make sure you connect with Soumya as well. All the speakers will be leaving their profile in the open mic desk so folks can connect with them. We now move on to our next speaker who is joining us. We have Sri Krishnan Chittur. Sri Krishnan, the stage is yours on open mic. We are looking forward to hear about your startup. Please.
Hi. Yeah, am I on?
Yes, very much.
I'm Sri Krishnan. I'm going to be talking about Durga IAF, that's Internet Application Firewall. Durga IAF is my next venture in cybersecurity space. Cybersecurity, ever since its origins, has been very reactive. Cybersecurity companies identify an attack. They do this either by being alerted by customers or by using honeypots. And once they identify an attack, they get their technical people to fix the problem. Then the fix is distributed to their clients. The clients who are using their products or services, they are protected against these attacks. While this protects all the users, the paradigm is still reactive. And that is why whether one buys an antivirus or firewall, they need to be updated constantly, and this paradigm is never effective against future attacks. We are trying to change this in Durga IAF.
You to put yourself on.
Hello.
You can continue, Sri Krishna.
Yeah. Using machine learning, we learn all about the application we are trying to protect. And typically this takes about 15 to 30 days. During this time, the Durga IAF will build a model of the application of what is allowed. And then we block everything else. This model is very effective and immune against any kind of new attack. No constant updates are required. The only time the model needs to be even changed is when the customer changes their application. By changing the paradigm, we hope to make cybersecurity 100% effective against known as well as unknown attacks. About myself, I studied computer science at IIT Madras, and I found an internet messaging and security firm called Garrison Software. I've been running it for about 19 years. In April 2019, I quit the company. At Garrison Software, I not only developed the product was called Rainmail, but was also involved in selling the product. Indian market has its own quirks, and I was able to successfully navigate the waters. The product was installed at more than 500 locations across India. I had been personally involved in selling to organizations like MTNL, DRDO, ISRO, Sun Pharma, and Apollo Hospitals. So that's about me. As far as Durga IAF is concerned, it's currently in alpha. Due to the pandemic, its development has been paused. I am looking for financial and technical partners to continue its development and make it the first world-class security product India will be proud of. Thank you. If you have any queries, I'll take it now.
Thank you so much, Sri Krishnan. We won't be able to accommodate question and answer on this forum, but thank you for your participation. You can connect with everyone who is joining in right now. Simply leave your profile in the open mic desk so everyone can connect with you. Really appreciate your time. Thank you for taking us through Durga IAF, and here's wishing you all the very best for the upcoming year 2021. Back, ladies and gentlemen, good to have you with us. Hope you're having a great day so far. Thank you for being with us on TGS 2020, the open mic. Isn't it amazing to hear about a plethora of talent all in such a quick format? That's what the open mic accommodates. Quick 3 minutes when we get to know the journey that these companies and the co-founders have been through. Joining us all the way from the United States, good morning to Ravi Amble. Ravi is joining us from the US of A. He's going to be taking us through Sequino. Sequino is on a mission to personalize and transform healthcare for older adults, long-term and chronic care as well. In the current market, there are no other telehealth platforms focused on the long-term care market. So let's find out more. Over to Ravi Amble. The stage is all yours.
Thank you very much. Hope you're all having a great event. The overall experience of the Sequino team in healthcare is over 150 years. I would like to introduce the team that way. I've been personally involved in building perhaps two of the largest telemedicine networks in the world, being in the space for more than 15 years, working with NASA and the Indian Space Research Organization. Today, telemedicine, as we see, is widely practiced as either voice calls or video visits between a doctor-patient, or with equipment that creates additional silos of data that force medical professionals to spend time entering data into multiple systems and take away precious time from patient care. So we set out to serve the long-term and chronic care industry with our Saffron telehealth platform, which is vendor neutral and can seamlessly integrate with third-party software systems, biometric devices, EMR, EHR, HMS, and tie them together to create a holistic care ecosystem. Saffron supports wired, wireless, cellular, and SATCOM communication modes and is cloud neutral for storage and distribution. Saffron's ability, powered by Ginger, its MLAI engine to provide decision support for diagnostics and care plans in long-term and chronic care will be revolutionary. We have secured global partnerships with Advantech, a best-in-class medical equipment manufacturer, Microsoft, and Intel for global sales and distribution. A portable Saffron unit is operating today and being exhibited at the Industry Experiences Center of Microsoft in Redmond, Washington. Sakino has won the Top 50 award, obviously, and the peer-reviewed Health Value Award in this year for 2020. Sakino filed a utility patent in November of 2019. We are working very well with the FDA and have filed a 513G for FDA clearance, and we should be hearing from them very shortly. Our revenue model is very exciting. The resident or patient subscription is just $1 a day. For the provider or doctor subscription, it's a $50 monthly fee with a 5% of telehealth consultation fee. Sakino has signed 11 pilots, 6 pilots in India and 5 pilots in the US, and just the conversion of pilots to revenue can take us into almost $1 million ARR. So we are offering you the opportunity to join our early stage investors for funding. It is a 3-tier approach, and we have very well-defined milestones mapping to each of those tiers. Again, appreciate the opportunity to present Sakino today, and we look forward to your value investment. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ravi, for those valuable insights, and congratulations. Here's wishing you all the very best for the upcoming year 2021. Make sure you do drop your profile in the Open My Desk so everyone can connect with you. A whole lot of networking has been happening all throughout the day. We thank you for gracing the stage and taking us through your company. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to our next company. It's the year 2020, and to be honest with you, I thought by now we'd have flying cars, but we did get the fidget spinner in the year 2019. Let's find out what else we have in store for you, because our next co-founder, Ilya, is going to be taking us through Bartini. Ilya is joining us all the way from the United States of America. The first eVTOL with 4x flight endurance, top comfort, and the lowest cost index, ideal for private as well as scalable air taxi use, both inside the cities and between them. Bartini, Ilya, over to you. Please take the stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Sriram. So we are building what we think it will become the private jet among the flying cars. It's an electric aerial vehicle capable to vertically take off and land anywhere, and it is the eVTOL for the multi-trillion urban air mobility market. So we are a team of passenger jet graded engineers certified in aircraft design, manufacturing, operations, and maintenance. And we are working on 4 modifications of Bartini, the vehicle that you can see behind me. The 2-seater, the 4-seater, each of which shall be powered by either lithium battery or a hydrogen fuel cell. And this is, as you can see, a flying wing carrying body with 4 tilt-shift propulsors, each of which is shrouded and has 2 electric motors and 2 counter-rotating variable pitch blades. And there are a lot of benefits to this configuration, which altogether I believe will make Bartini a long-lasting success. First of all, the body generates lift, which makes us different from the rest of the developers out there. The body generates lift, which means that we will spend 5 times less energy per minute of flight in cruise mode. Our footprint
is smaller than industry-leading winged eVTOLs, 4 times less, which means that we will be able to land almost anywhere, and also the ground handling costs will be lower. Finally, the hydrogen will provide much longer flight endurance, which will unlock intercity travel, making it like city to city, street to street travel will be unlocked by our vehicle. And that will create the most affordable eVTOL with largest cabin, the business class cabin for passengers, and that will make it a vehicle of choice for operator, but also for private users. And it is done to the certification level, to the safety level of civil aviation commercial aircraft by a team who has proven track record of making serial aircraft and modifying serial aircraft. And we are doing it at the moment. We are at the process of, after having studied the configuration, proving the concept, we are embarking on building a customer-facing vehicle to be certified, manufactured and certified in a few years' time. And as a Silicon Valley startup, we are a startup. It's despite we are an aircraft design company, which is an interesting industry to be in, melding aviation with automotive level manufacturing in the future, because we are in fundraising, always be raising. This is the motto, and this is what I would like to leave you with. And like a century ago, in less than 10 years, we transited from horses to cars. We will lift humanity in the next 10 years from ground to 3D mobility. Thank you very much for this opportunity to present to you our company.
Thank you so much, Ilya. Ilya, I just have a couple of questions. So,
Absolutely.
The model there is very interesting. How when do you think you said that you're at a prototype level right now, or you're in manufacture?
We are in prototyping.
So how long do you think, once your prototype is ready and tested, how long do you think you'll actually be able to take off with the first flight?
Well, creating a certified aircraft for commercial use takes several years. So we would be, and if you look at how long it took the other companies to come to the full-scale experimental aircraft, but also if you look at where the infrastructure, I mean, we need infrastructure to deploy those air taxi networks. So it will take maybe 3-4 years before in major capitals we will see air taxi deployed on a commercial, on the first commercial routes. This is the time scale that you might be expecting.
That's interesting. And there are eVTOLs have been around for maybe not too long, but they've been around for a while. So how's the traction? How do you see the market picking up for this sort of commercial crafts?
Well, we see that the market will be developed over first dedicated routes like A to B. So it will most likely be not air taxi in the beginning, but rather air metro, in a way that there will be stations and travel will be between those stations. And then gradually, as the amount of landing pads expand, those landing pads will cover more surface, and then travel will be happening directly between the pads, not on fixed lines. You would be able to travel anywhere, and then basically from the level where these vehicles will substitute the small helicopters, we will get the situation where these vehicles will more and more substitute cars, travel by private cars and taxis. And that is the huge market of mobility. This is where those, when I said multi-trillion market, as assessed by Morgan Stanley in one of the reports, will actually pick up. And I think, like I said, in the beginning of the last century, it took less than 10 years before big capitals didn't see horses and horse carts anymore, where cars picked up. So we believe that this is where the humanity is right now. We are on this disruptive personal mobility edge, if you like.
Thank you so much. It's a very, very interesting session that you gave us. It was lovely to know about what you're doing. Thank you so much, Ilya, for joining us, and all the very best.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
I'm still curious about why it's called Bartini, because it initially sounded like a cocktail company.
Well, this is a very good question. This is an abbreviation of a Russian, if you like, of a Russian language pitch of the project, and this is a Russian abbreviation directly translated into Latin. But there is also a very famous aircraft designer by this Italian name, and we're proud to be able to tell you that story.
Thank you so much.
So that his name is remembered.
For spending time with us and giving
Thank
us
you.
a peek into the future. It looks like we are heading the Jetsons way. Thank you once again for taking the stage and giving us a peek.
Thank you, Shriram. Thank you, Actor. Thank you for your questions and your time.
The night is still young. We have plenty more exciting activities and plenty more engaging sessions in store for you. This is Open Mic, where we've had such amazing entrepreneurial stories come through. A big round of applause to each and every company, the speakers, the co-founders who took stage and gave us a little sneak peek, a little glance into how their journey has been. Unfortunately, a few companies could not really join us live. However, they have sent their video messages and they have shared their journey through the video messages that we are about to roll out right now. So all eyes on the screen, orient yourself to the screen as we take you through 5 back-to-back open mic sessions or journeys of these individual companies. All eyes on the screen, here we go.
I would like to thank Open Mic Global for this opportunity. क्या आप सोशल मीडिया पे टाइम स्पेंड करते हैं, जैसे फेसबुक, यूट्यूब, इंस्टाग्राम? अगर मैं आपको क्वेश्चन पूछूं कि क्या वो एंटरटेनमेंट देखते देखते आपको कोई पैसा मिलता है? नहीं ना। तो अगर मैं आपको कहूं कि एंटरटेनमेंट के साथ आपको पैसा भी मिलेगा, तो आपको कैसा लगेगा? मेरा नाम है हार्दिक मजीठिया और मैं हूं बिजनेस कोच एंड डायरेक्टर ऑफ FAQS। FAQS एप्लीकेशन डाउनलोड कर लो, अपना रजिस्ट्रेशन कर लो, आपको OTP आ जाएगा और जैसे ही आपका रजिस्ट्रेशन हो गया, आपको ऐड दिखनी शुरू हो जाएगी। जैसे जैसे आप एडवर्टाइजमेंट देखते जाएंगे, उधर आपको क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे कि ये एडवर्टाइजमेंट में शर्ट का कलर कैसा था, आपने बोला रेड, सही जवाब, 50 रुपए ले जाओ। इन शॉर्ट आप अलग अलग क्वेश्चन के जवाब देंगे, अलग अलग एडवर्टाइजमेट के अलग अलग प्राइजेस होते हैं। तो जितने आप एडवर्टाइजमेंट ज्यादा देखेंगे, उतने आपको ज्यादा पैसे मिलेंगे। इतना ही नहीं, जब आप अपने दोस्त को रेफर करते हैं, यही सॉफ्टवेयर, यही एप्लीकेशन अगर वो भी डाउनलोड करता है, तो भी आपको रेफरेंस इनकम मिलेगा। वो 10 से 100 रुपए तक आपको वो भी मिल सकता है। उसके अलावा जब आपके दोस्त जब भी अपने सॉफ्टवेयर में डाउनलोड, अपने मोबाइल में ये एप्लीकेशन डाउनलोड करेंगे और जब वो एडवर्टाइजमेंट देखेंगे, तो आपको 1% रॉयल्टी भी मिलेगा। जरा सोचो, डाउनलोड करने के टाइम एक इनकम आएगा, एडवर्टाइजमेंट देखने का इनकम आएगा, रेफर करने का इनकम आएगा, और जब आपने रेफर किया और वो सभी लोगों ने एडवर्टाइजमेंट देखा, उसका 1% रॉयल्टी भी मिलेगा। तो इस एप्लीकेशन के थ्रू कोई इंसान, कोई व्यूअर एक दिन का 300 रुपए से लेकर 1000 रुपए तक कमा सकता है। इसका मतलब यह है कि महीने का 30,000। जी हां दोस्तों, सही सुना, दिमाग की बत्ती जली होगी। आप सोच रहे होंगे, अगर मुझे कोई और एप्लीकेशन उतना ही एंटरटेनमेंट दे रहा है और मुझे देखने का पैसा भी मिल रहा है, तो मुझे शिफ्ट हो जाना चाहिए। ये कंपनी इंडिया की नंबर 1 कंपनी बनेगी और देश का अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट भी दूर करेगी।
Traditional cleaners and sanitizers are only effective while the product is wet. It works by creating an invisible bed of nails, erected by electrostatic application on the top of treated surfaces that continue to eliminate viral and bacterial pathogens for 90 days. Our treatment far surpasses the capabilities of typical surface sanitizers, which require regular reapplications and
Hello everyone, my name is Raj. I am the CEO of Utobo.com. Utobo is SaaS-based, the world's simplest online tutoring platform. We help tutors and institutions avoid paying for 4 to 5 applications in order to teach and grow completely online. The co-founding team of Utobo are engineers and have over 22 years of combined work experience in building web and mobile applications and selling them in education market. We started building this bigger project in 2018. We have launched 4 months back, and right now 450 tutors and around 50,000 students are using our platform. So we are competing right now with Teachable, Thinkific, Podia. In India, we are competing with Learnest and ClassPlus. I would say the secret sauce for our company is basically its simplicity, ease of use, and accessibility across the devices. We have raised around 40,000 US dollars, and our vision is to become Salesforce for education. Thank you.
"23-year-old Sonu was diagnosed with tuberculosis. He lost one lung, hearing in one ear, and a majority of his parents' life savings. Sonu is a classic example of delayed diagnosis of drug-resistant tuberculosis. He's not the exception. In fact, 10 million people get tuberculosis every year. One person dies of drug-resistant tuberculosis every minute. There are 19 drugs to cure tuberculosis. But the problem is, doctors don't always know which one will work for whom. As a result, patients could be on ineffective medication for months, playing a game of trial and error. That's like playing Russian roulette with your life. And 10 million players are playing this game every year. Almost 2 million people die. That's more deaths than HIV. This stops now. At Arogya AI, we're going to diagnose drug-resistant tuberculosis using artificial intelligence in almost 5 hours instead of weeks. That's 100 times faster than the existing solution. Out of the 14,000 possible drug combinations, our algorithm can tell you exactly which one will work for you. I am Prapti. I have a PhD in tuberculosis research with expertise in molecular biology and microbiology. My co-founder Avlokita is a computational biologist. She has expertise in coding for biological data. Together, we have 5 degrees in biotechnology and over 18 years of experience in the field. We bring our rare skills together to build the gold standard in tuberculosis diagnostics. We're pleased to announce that the chief scientist at the World Health Organization is joining us on this journey as our advisor. She is the global authority on tuberculosis. For data, we've partnered with the largest diagnostic labs in India, including Asia's largest. We have access to 5,000 patient samples to build our machine learning algorithm. We have also on board 9 customers, including India's leading hospitals. Over 10 billion US dollars are spent on tuberculosis diagnostics and treatment, but still 1 person dies every minute. Join Arogya AI to put a stop to that.
Namaste. Welcome to India's first virtual gift store. My name is Adarsh Modi, founder at Joytree.
And my name is Divya Modi, director at Joytree.
We planted the seed of Joytree in December 2018 and growing since then.
Our mission is to spread joy through gifts, as we are one-stop solution for all your gifting requirements, with a wide and unique range of products which you can explore through our virtual store and website.
Or you can connect us Our team is full of creativity. We are updated with the latest trend in the gifting industry. We understand your requirement as per your budget and quantity and to whom you want to give. We customize options. I am sure your client and associate will be happy to receive it.
We also have a care for Mother Earth and wants to make our planet cleaner and greener. To promote that, we have a range of biodegradable and eco-friendly products.
So what are you waiting for? Explore our virtual gift store and have an amazing gifting experience.
Remember, true happiness lies in giving.